So I've really been looking for a way to turn the back of my Outback 2014 into a bed. What I've seen around online is either specifically made stuff that can be like 650 bucks. I saw one bed for. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Or like air beds. Air beds don't really fit exactly unless you get them specifically bought, and then it's way too expensive. So I was looking for a super cheap way to make the back of the Outback into a bed. Couldn't find anything really. It's just a bunch of builds of like people making it into actual campers. I didn't want to put that much effort into it, so hopefully this is going to be a lot easier and a lot cheaper. So I just wanted to get some foam, and then when I measured it out, I realized that the back of it is really close to a queen size. So I just went on and looked for a queen size mattress topper, and I got this 3-inch mattress topper. Pretty comfy. I've laid it on it a few times, and it's pretty much the exact size. So I'm just gonna have to go out there, put it on, and then measure it a little bit and do some cutting. I looked at some upholstery things on YouTube, and it should be pretty easy to cut. So we gotta go measure it. What I also bought was a couple of these straps. These cost 10 bucks. That was 70. This is 10. It was 80 bucks total. So just a couple buckles that I found online. Easy to like roll it up and then just buckle this closed. The idea I bought that I stole from an actual like ready-made Outback bed that was $650. So this is going to be a lot easier. Let's see how it turns out. So my initial idea was probably like, the one you would think of, the most obvious would be to just measure it out and then mark it and then cut it. But as I get out here, the measurements are a little weird. You don't know really where they start or end depending on the measurements of the bed top itself. So really I just put it kind of in here where I want it. You can see, honestly, you could probably just run it like that, you'd be fine, except for this is all pushed up. So really what I'm thinking right now is just lay it in here and then kind of cut around the parts that are holding it up. You've got these two parts of the wheel well in here that are holding the sides up. So I'm thinking we could just take the bread knife and cut around those, and then it should just lay flat. Really, these corners you can cut them if you want, but I mean, it's foam. Like, you can do that and it's literally fine. So let's try and cut around. Okay, so you can see it has been cut around the wheel well. It's a little jagged from the bread knife. You can fix that if you want, or I mean, like, I don't really care. It's just a place for me to sleep, but you can see how it fits nicely in now. Right, nice around the wheel well. So what I did was just kind of lay it out, and then I cut up this side to just say, okay, this is where I want that cut, and then I cut up that side where I wanted that cut, and then I measured the wheel well. It's about 5 inches, so I just marked a little under 5 inches along the mat here, and then I pulled it out so that I could make those cuts. I started where I started to cut down there, and then I cut out 5 inches to here, and then it fits around. And it doesn't even need to fit that perfectly because it's foam, so you can just like push it in. So that's what I'm gonna do over here. I'll kind of show you what I mean. Pulled it up as much as I wanted it, right? Kind of aligned it and made sure that the other side's around the wheel well where I want. So right here, that's where it starts. So I'm just gonna start a cut right there. So here's where I start. I take my bread knife and just bring it up a few times. Press and bring it up. I got that from an upholstery video on YouTube. You just press and bring it up. So I'll start a cut there. The back of the wheel well and do the same thing. It's hard for you guys to see in the black, but the wheel well starts about right here. So I'm just gonna start another cut. I got my cuts started there. Right there and right there. I know where the wheel well begins and ends, and I know that it's the wheel well comes out 5 inches. So all I'm gonna do is just mark a few 5-inch marks along the way. Mark a few at 5 inches, a little under 5 inches, because I don't want the blag, even though it's all jagged and it doesn't even look great anyway. But just mark a few, and then you can cut. Okay, so here I am chilling. You can see it's been cut around on both sides of the wheel well. It lays flat, right up to the back of the seats. It's plenty comfy, 3 inches. You can see since I cut it in the car, my car needs a little bit of vacuuming, but if you're like me, it already needed vacuuming anyway, so we're good there. One problem was definitely foreseeable. I was betting this was going to happen, but essentially there's nothing to support the end of here. I was hoping that maybe we would just have, it would just be enough space. I wouldn't have to worry about that, but my head does hang on here and it kind of pushes down. So I don't know, either we put our backpacks and stuff there and support it. I'm probably gonna end up just making something small that'll like give us support there or something. Maybe pack a blanket, I don't know, anything down there to support that. Now I told you I bought the straps, so let me show you what I'm gonna do with those. Got 2 buckle straps and I'm just gonna lay them out like this. So you see I've got the buckle here, and then the rest of the strap I just laid underneath. So it's just chilling underneath there. I'm going to put the other one over there. Now that the 2 buckles are like that, I'm just going to go to that end and then roll it up, and the buckles will be right there for me to just strap it close into a roll. See, it just rolls right up. Tighten these straps a little bit. And there you are. It's chilling in the back. You can put your seats back up and you got it. And it's an easy way to carry it too. I carried it out here wrapped up. Just grab it by the straps and you carry it. And then when you want to use it, you know, you got all your stuff in the back, you move your stuff wherever you want. Look at how much space there is. And then you just unstrap. You can leave the buckles there because you're going to need them to rewrap it. And then roll it out. I mean, there you go. Like, there it is. It just literally rolls right out. So easy. Took me like 2 seconds to roll it back up, clip it. Even shorter time, you just unbuckle it, let it roll out. Cost me 80 bucks. What? I worked on it for probably 20 minutes. Really easy. I hope it's helpful.